Hi, and welcome to English-Fabule. Are you learning English? Great. Let's learn English with a very interesting story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let's get started.
Imagine the warm smell of corn tortillas in Mexico, a tradition cooking for thousands of years. Picture a skilled sushi chef in Japan, his knife moving with great care, a skill learned over many, many years of practice. Or think of fresh olive oil drizzled on ripe red tomatoes in a sunny Greek village, simple and full of flavor. These delicious food moments make us think, which country has the best food in the world? It is a question that many people discuss at home and when they travel. Many food surveys try to find an answer. Some reports say Greece has the best food. Other reports often choose Italy, Japan, or France as the best. The results can change a lot, depending on how these studies ask their questions. This book will not try to name one single country as the winner. We believe that picking only one is not possible, because taste is very personal. Instead, our main goal is to understand what truly makes a country's food great. We will look at 5 important ideas that help make a cuisine world-class. These ideas will help us see why some foods become famous and loved by so many people across the globe. We will explore how different cultures use these principles to create their amazing and special dishes. This journey will show us the wonderful variety of food from many places, helping us to appreciate what makes each one unique and truly wonderful. 2. What makes food great? To understand great food, we can look at 5 main ideas. These ideas show what makes a country's food special and loved around the world. First, deep history. Great food traditions often come from a very long time ago, built from many years of changes and learning. For example, French cooking has a long history. A famous chef named Auguste Escoffier helped to write down its important mother sauces. These 5 fundamental sauces are like the building blocks for thousands of other French dishes. Mexican food also has very deep roots. People there learned how to prepare corn in a special way, called nixtamalization, thousands of years ago. This made corn a very important food for their culture, forming the base of many meals. Second, many different foods. In a truly great food culture has lots of different dishes across the country. If you travel from one part to another, you will find new foods, cooking styles, and flavors. Italy is a good example. In the north, you might find creamy risottos made with butter. In the south, you often see fresh vegetables cooked with healthy olive oil and seafood. Both are Italian, but they are very different because each region uses local foods and old traditions. Third, special cooking skills. Great food needs special skills that chefs learn over many years. This careful training helps turn simple ingredients into something amazing. Japanese chefs, for instance, spend 10 years just learning to use a knife perfectly for sushi. They spend even more time to understand different kinds of fish and how to make perfect rice. French cooking also needs many years of study. Cooks spend years mastering different parts of cooking, like preparing cold dishes or roasting meats. Fourth, influence around the world. A truly great food culture spreads far beyond its own country. People everywhere know and enjoy these foods, often adapting them to local tastes. Italian food has spread all over the world. You can find pizza and pasta in almost every country, often made in new ways but still tasting Italian. Chinese food is also very popular globally. Many big cities have Chinatowns where people enjoy many different Chinese dishes, from simple noodles to complex stir-fries. Fifth, good food for everyone. The best food is not just in expensive restaurants. It is also found in simple places, like on the street or in small cafes. This means delicious food is for everyone, no matter how much money they have. Thai food is a great example. Street vendors in Bangkok make delicious dishes like green papaya salad, som tam. This food is full of complex flavors, sweet, sour, salty, and spicy, and costs little money. In Mexico, you can find tasty tacos on almost every street corner. These tacos have great flavors with perfectly cooked meats, fresh salsas, and warm tortillas. Anyone can buy them and enjoy a wonderful meal. These 5 ideas help us see why some food cultures are known around the world for being truly great. 3. Food from Italy and France. Italian food is loved all over the world. Its secret is often very simple. Italian cooking focuses on using the best ingredients. A good tomato, fresh basil, and good olive oil are key. They believe that great food comes from great ingredients, not from many complex steps. For example, a dish like cacio e pepe has only 3 things: pasta, a special cheese, and black pepper. But making it perfectly needs skill that people learn over many years. This idea of poor cooking, la cucina povera, started because people didn't have much. But it grew into an art. Italy has many different kinds of food from region to region. If you travel from the north to the south, you will eat very different things. In the north, like Lombardy, you might find creamy risottos made with butter. But in the south, like Sicily, you will see more olive oil and vegetables, with some flavors from Arab history. This is because Italy was not one country until 1861. So, each part of Italy developed its own special dishes. For example, in Sicily, you can find unique foods like arancini, fried rice balls, and cassata, a sweet cake. These foods show the long history of different cultures coming to the island. French food is famous for its rules and its refined style. France created many of the words and cooking methods that chefs around the world still use today. It helped set the standards for modern cooking and showed that cooking could be an art form. A very important part of French cooking is the 5 mother sauces. These sauces are bechamel, velouté, espagnole, tomato, and hollandaise. They are like the basic building blocks for many French dishes. From these 5 sauces, chefs can make hundreds of other kinds of sauces, each with its own special taste. Learning to make them perfectly takes a lot of practice and skill. Auguste Escoffier, a famous French chef, wrote a book in 1903 that helped organize these rules and techniques for cooks everywhere. Like Italy, France also has different foods in different regions, showing its rich diversity. For example, in Provence, a sunny region in the south, you can find dishes with olive oil, fresh vegetables, and herbs. One famous dish is bouillabaisse, a tasty fish stew. But in Burgundy, in the east of France, food often uses butter and local wines, such as coq au vin, a popular chicken dish cooked in wine. Brittany, another region, is known for its sweet and savory crepes. These regional foods use what is fresh and local, creating many unique tastes across the country. French cooking has also traveled all over the world and influenced many cultures. Many professional kitchens, from New York to Tokyo, use French ways of cooking. Chefs learn French knife skills and methods like sautéing, cooking quickly in a little fat, or braising, cooking slowly in liquid. Even the names for some cooking tools or steps are often French in many countries. This shows how much France has shaped how people cook everywhere, making it truly a global guide for good taste. Food from Japan and China. Japanese food is highly respected for its focus on perfection and simplicity. Chefs in Japan believe in a special spirit called shokunin. This means they are like true craftspeople who always want to make their work better. They try hard to make every part of a dish as good as it can be. This idea of always improving, called Cuisine, is very important. It means they aim for great quality by using simple ingredients in the best way possible, showing their natural taste. They don't try to hide flavors, they highlight them. Another key part of Japanese cooking is using ingredients at their best moment, which they call shun. This is not just about eating what's in season, it's about choosing the exact time when a fruit or vegetable tastes its very best. For example, special tender bamboo shoots are only served for a few weeks in spring. Summer has a fish called sweetfish that is grilled whole to capture its perfect flavor for a short time. This care helps make the food incredibly fresh and tasty. Becoming a master chef in Japan takes many years of hard work and training. For instance, a chef learning to make sushi might spend 3 years just practicing how to cook the rice perfectly. They cannot even touch the fish until they have mastered the rice. A chef making ramen soup might spend 10 years or even longer just to perfect one type of broth. This long and careful training helps them develop incredible skill. Because of this dedication, Japanese food like sushi and ramen is now very popular around the world, with restaurants in almost every major city. Different parts of Japan also have their own foods, like the special fancy meals in Kyoto or the lively street food in Osaka. China has an incredibly large and varied world of food. It is not just one style of cooking, but a huge culinary universe. This is because China is a very big country with many different regions, climates, and 56 different ethnic groups. Each area has its own special way of cooking and its own favorite foods. This rich diversity is often grouped into the 8 great traditions of Chinese cuisine. For example, Cantonese food, which comes from the southern part of China, is known for using fresh, high-quality ingredients and light cooking. The goal is to let the natural flavors of the food shine through. On the other hand, Sichuan food from the western region is famous for its bold, spicy tastes and a unique, numbing feeling that comes from Sichuan peppercorns used along with chili peppers. Hunan cuisine can be even spicier. In coastal areas, Fujian food focuses on fresh seafood and light, delicate soups. Chinese food has a very long history, going back thousands of years. People in China were writing about cooking methods and recipes during the Han Dynasty, long before many other countries developed their own cooking systems. This ancient history also includes ideas about balancing food for health, like how different foods can be hot or cold for the body, similar to the idea of yin and yang. The cooking methods in China are very detailed and complex. For example, a Cantonese chef might know more than 20 different ways to prepare chicken. When making delicate dim sum dumplings, they are often shaped with exactly 18 tiny folds. This shows the amazing skill and precision that Chinese cooking demands. Chinese restaurants can be found almost everywhere in the world, and many Chinese ingredients like soy sauce, ginger, and garlic are now used in kitchens globally. Cooking styles like stir-frying and steaming have also been adopted by many other cuisines. This great variety means that even if you have tried Chinese food before, there is always much more to discover within its vast culinary universe. 5. Food from Mexico. Mexico's food history is very old, going back 3,000 years. In 2010, UNESCO recognized Mexican cuisine as an important part of human culture. This means its food system, dishes, and cooking ways are special and valuable to the world. A main part of Mexican food is the sacred trilogy: corn, beans, and chiles. These 3 ingredients have helped feed people for thousands of years. The ancient Aztecs, for example, knew over 3,000 ways to prepare corn. They used a special method called nixtamalization, which made corn better for eating and more healthy. Mexican food has many different styles, depending on the region. For instance, in Oaxaca, a region famous for its food, you can find 7 different types of mole sauce. Each mole is special, with many ingredients and different cooking steps. Mole negro, one of the most complex, can take 3 days to make and uses up to 30 ingredients like chocolate and various chiles. The Yucatan area has food shaped by Mayan culture and Caribbean trade, with dishes like cochinita pibil. This slow-roasted pork dish is unique to that area. In the north, food is different again, using more beef and wheat because of ranching. This is very different from the corn and chile dishes of central and southern Mexico. Today, Mexican cooking uses both old and new ideas. Many cooks still use tools like molcajetes, which are stone grinders, and toast chiles over fire. But modern chefs in Mexico City are also using new techniques with old ingredients. making famous restaurants that are known around the world. Mexican food and its ingredients have become popular everywhere. Tacos are now a favorite street food globally. Also, ingredients like avocados, tomatoes, vanilla, and chocolate all came from Mexico and are now used in cooking all over the world. This shows how much Mexican food has influenced what we eat today. Food from India. India has an amazing skill in using spices, making its food very special. Cooks in India are experts at mixing different spices. It is not uncommon for a single dish to have more than 15 different spices. Each spice is added at just the right time and temperature to create deep, rich flavors. Many families have their own secret spice mixes, like garam masala, which can have hundreds of different types depending on the region. This careful use of spices is both a science and an art. A key cooking method is tempering, or tadka. This means heating whole spices in hot oil to release their full flavor before they are added to the main dish. This step makes the food taste much stronger and more aromatic. Indian food changes a lot from one region to another. In North India, you often find creamy curries and breads made from wheat, like naan. South Indian food is different, using more rice, coconut, and fermented dishes, such as idli and dosa. In East India, especially in Bengal, people enjoy fish dishes with lighter spices. In Rajasthan, a desert region, the food uses special ways to keep ingredients fresh and has very strong, intense flavors. India also has a long and impressive history of vegetarian cooking. Many people choose to eat only vegetables because of their beliefs, not just because they have to. Indian chefs have perfected ways to make vegetarian meals incredibly tasty and satisfying, using many spices, different textures, and protein-rich lentils. Indian food has traveled all over the world. You can find Indian restaurants in almost every country. Many spices that started in India, like turmeric, cumin, and coriander, are now used in kitchens everywhere. Even the famous British curry is an example of how Indian cooking styles have been adapted and loved in other cultures. Food from Vietnam. Vietnamese food is special because it mixes different styles. It takes ideas from China, France, and local Southeast Asian traditions. This makes Vietnamese food unique, both familiar and new at the same time. It feels complex, but also very fresh and light. A good example is the soup called pho. This dish tells a story about Vietnam's food history in one bowl. The clear, tasty soup broth came from Chinese cooking. The beef in pho came from French people who lived in Vietnam. The fresh herbs and rice noodles are from old Vietnamese ways of cooking. Pho started as street food in Hanoi in the early 1900s. Now it is famous all over the world. Vietnamese cooking uses fresh things and makes sure flavors are balanced. Dishes often have hot and cold parts or crunchy and soft parts. They mix sweet and sour tastes too. Fresh herbs like cilantro, Thai basil, and mint are very important. They give food a bright taste. People often use rice paper or lettuce leaves to wrap food. This makes the meal healthy and lets people choose what they want to eat. Food in Vietnam is different in different areas. In the north, like Hanoi, food is often light and balanced. In the center, near the old city of Hue, food has more complex spices and looks very nice. In the south, where it is tropical, food uses more sugar, coconut milk, and fresh fruits. Many people around the world now like Vietnamese food. This is because it is healthy and tastes good. You can find pho restaurants in many big cities. People also like Vietnamese cooking ideas, such as using fresh herbs and rice paper rolls with dipping sauces like nuoc cham. Vietnamese food is also easy to find for everyone. Street sellers often make pho, banh mi, and fresh spring rolls. These foods are as good as what you find in restaurants, but they cost less. This means that great Vietnamese food is for all people, locals and travelers alike. 8. The best food in the world. After traveling through many great food cultures, we return to our main question. Which country has the best food in the world? We found that it is not possible to choose just one. Each country's food is special in its own way. Italian food is great in its simple perfection. French food shows how cooking can be a fine art. Japanese food teaches us about quiet beauty and exact skills. Chinese food offers a huge world of flavors. Mexican food uses old knowledge and fresh ingredients. Indian food is a master of many spices. And Vietnamese food balances different tastes to be fresh and healthy. Often, the best food is not found in fancy restaurants. It is food linked to our memories. Maybe it is your grandmother's cooking or a meal shared with friends. These foods feel best because they connect to our hearts and lives. Food is more than just eating. It helps us understand different cultures. It tells stories from the past. It brings people closer. The search for the best food is more important than finding one winner. It teaches us about human creativity and wisdom. Eating together can bring people from different places closer. It is a language everyone understands. So the best food is truly any food that brings us together around a table. It nourishes our bodies and our souls. There is no single best food, but many wonderful ways to enjoy eating. What is one food memory that you think is the best?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.